Hello and welcome back to the Rogues Gallery. This is Sublevel Zero. Sublevel Zero is a game about a spaceship. And we get to choose what spaceship. I actually don't have a whole lot unlocked. You get these by meeting certain conditions, like destroying 150 enemies by ramming them, or killing a certain amount of enemies with plasma weapons. My favorite ship, though, is the Seeker. And we'll learn why in just a moment. So in short, we are from a civilization sent to explore things in space. We found an asteroid base and we're going to check it out. Here's our ship. We start out with 3 forms of attack. We have our smart gun, which will auto aim. This is why I like this ship, because I hate to aim. Accuracy is not my game. We have a laser, which is less accurate and overheats, but does decent damage, and we have a lot of energy ammo. That'll be our most plentiful type. And we have a homing missile. Which our ammo for will be a bit rarer, but we're generally going to save that for bosses. Weapons tend to come in 3 types: bullet types, energy, and plasma. And then missiles come in either darts, which are faster rapid-firing missiles, or missiles, which are missiles, the kind we already have. Here we have a health kit, which we can just store for now. If you look at the top 2 meters, the blue one is nanites, which we can use to craft stuff when we get enough. And the green one is health, which is kind of self-explanatory. Here's our first piece of real loot. It is an engine. It looks like it is worse than our engine we have now, which you can see on the left, but we're going to pick it up because we can use it for scrap. Now, as I've mentioned before, I am terrified of space. I hate it. Thankfully, this game, though you fly a spaceship, is not set in space. It is set in an asteroid, so we're good. Our goal, as you might guess, is to get to the lowest sub-level possible. I have beaten the game by getting to level 3, but once you do that, you unlock 2 more levels, and I have not had success getting to those. But I got high hopes. Other things to note about our ship is that we have a boost. It's really kind of lame in that you can only boost forward. You can't boost to the side or backward. But the devs seem to want you to use it to ram into enemy ships, which I find to be generally a bad idea. First, because it takes you right into their line of fire, and second, because if you don't have the right armor, it'll do damage to your own ship. So we're going to kind of stick with our long-range weapons. Energy ammo fills up automatically over time, which is why I'm sticking to this. Whereas bullets, you have to find them, either dropped by enemies or found in treasure chests. Let's take another look at our map real quick. looks like we want to go this way. These layouts can get a little confusing, especially for someone who is bad at navigating 3D space like myself. Like that guy dropped another part. We're going to check that out in a second. So all this stuff I'm picking up are ammo types and nanites. So we got an impact rifle and a flamethrower. Neither of these weapons I'm a big fan of. We can show them off real quick by going to our equipment menu. Let's swap our weapons for a second. So the impact rifle is a very slow firing weapon that does a lot of damage. It kind of requires you to aim though, which again is not the life I'm about. The flamethrower is kind of even worse because it is a very close range weapon. Basically you have to get right next to your target and strafe around them. And because things explode and hurt you when they explode, it is generally not advised to get that close, even though it does make quick work of these guys. Yeah, it's just a boring weapon. So, instead we're going to switch back to our old friends. Default laser and the smart gun. Let's see if we can craft anything. So all the stuff you pick up you can craft, and you get more recipes as you play the game through certain runs. I'm not sure what the specific requirements are to unlock specific things, but for example we could build a jump jet engine, which I think is still worse than our regular engine. It has more boost but less speed. Welder is another melee weapon, or melee range weapon. It does a lot of damage, but again, you have to be real close. And then the weak railgun is just a, much like the laser railgun. So I don't really want to build any of that stuff. Not too enamored with it. Let's grab that engine. We'll take a quick look around. When you find this room, that means you've reached the end of the level. Because if you look down there, that is the core we are looking for, and we want to destroy that. Unfortunately, it's usually pretty well guarded. So let's take this slow. Oh, like I said, well guarded. Thankfully, in the first level, the core is, aside from the things around it, the enemies, kind of defenseless. It's not really going to do much while you blow it up. That'll change later. But for now, we'll just blast it for a bit. There we go. These nanites do go away if you let them sit around too long. And now we got our flux drive component, which will allow us to go to the next level. We also, because we collected a bunch of nanites, get to choose a permanent upgrade. They usually are a certain type of ammo regenerates, or a certain type of ammo does more damage. I am going to get bullet regeneration, because I'm not sure I want to give up on energy. And again, I'm not a big fan of ramming stuff. Let's make a quick check of our craft list. Looks like we can make hella engines. But I would like an engine that's faster than 90. So you know what? Since we have duplicates of these, we're going to drop a few of them to make room for our anything else we find. We do have a set inventory slots. Alright, now this is interesting. So this is a different hull. If we check out our current hull, and then we'll compare it to a different one, the one we just picked up. It looks like it has more ammo, at least. More ammo, more HP. Actually less ammo, but more HP. You know what? Let's become a turtle. I'm not super concerned about ammo. Ammo is generally pretty plentiful. You might also notice that most of these doors have numbers on them. I don't know if that has any significance. Like, I don't know if that's supposed to guide you through the level, because it sure doesn't feel like it. That's a better missile. Always handy. Oh, these guys. So these enemy types will try to ram you. They generally do a pretty good job. They also make a horrible sound when they come for you. We got a key card. We'll need that later. Alright, I think it's probably time I use one of these stored up health kits. They don't heal that much, honestly. But every little bit helps. Make sure I go through the actual door I'm supposed to go through. So you might notice, or you might have noticed, that every now and then I am rotating very abruptly. This game has a very weird rotation system, but basically you can rotate on 4 angles or axes. And occasionally the game decides it would like you to rotate, and then you just do. It doesn't really matter. It's really more for your own orientation. You can't like barrel roll out of the way of shots or squeeze through places. Let's use that to heal. Tanks here. And there is the next core. So let's grab the treasure over here, because there's always treasure. Let's drop something so we can pick that up. And see if we can craft anything fun. So this might be decent. It's got an 18 damage. Let's see if that's better than anything we have. It's better than our laser. Yeah, let's make it. Give it a little test. Overheats pretty fast, but it might do the trick. What else can we make? A gunship hull might be good. So that's got 148 health. A lot of ammo. Let's do that. We'll pop another health kit real quick, and we'll see what's down here. I'm gonna play it a little bit safe. Not safe enough, apparently. Alright, so for as long as we can, we want to avoid hitting the core. This time it can defend itself. And it can do it pretty well. So let's clear out all the enemies. Make sure I've got health. Switch to our other missile. And... uh-oh. Let's get rid of this guy. We'll start the party. Alright, quick and easy. So we didn't get a chance to really show it off, but that guy will just fill the room with lasers, and you have to dodge them as they come. We're doing pretty good, though. If I can get to level 3, that's a success. That's all I want from this run. So the worst thing about both the plasma weapon and the smart gun is that you have to mash the button to use them. You can't just hold it down. Which is the worst mechanic in video games. And it's gotta go. It's especially prevalent in roguelites. Hold on to that for now. Don't need to use it right away. Never mind, we're gonna use it right away. I do like to keep well stocked with health items, but sometimes you gotta put them to use. Alright, we got the yellow key. So far I've only got up to blue and yellow keys. I don't know if there are... if levels get complex enough you need more than that. But occasionally you spend like 5 minutes wandering around because you missed a key card. Not very often though, the levels kind of take care of that. But sometimes. Let's check out our new toys. We could make a... pretty much worse versions of the smart gun I have now, so nothing too fun. Alright, so these balls are a problem. Basically, they just try to get up right up next to you and explode, and they have a lot of health, so it's hard to take them out. All these enemies have names, but I have not learned their names. Despite playing this game for like 12 hours. So the Shredder is a shotgun. It is also a close-range weapon. Not a fan. But let's see if we can drop something to pick it up. Because like I said, a lot of stuff is useful for scrapping for parts. Also notice I always switch to the autocannon when I'm fighting these blue spinny guys. They're very evasive. Alright, so whenever you see one of these doors, it means you're getting close to the end. Meaning now is a pretty good time to heal. Really? Who's shooting me? Oh, okay. Cheap stuff. So here's the next core. And this one actually defends itself before you start shooting it. Specifically by shooting these bolts. Now the cheap thing to do is to hide back here. Take out all the enemies. And then get in. There's also not a lot of room in here, which makes it difficult. We're going to hang back and heal. Oh no, they got me! Well, that was unfortunate. He was pretty near death, too. But yeah, that room's very small, so it's hard to maneuver around. And once you die, you unlock some new stuff. I got nano carts, which are the upgrades you get at the end of levels, and you can occasionally find them during the run itself by being dropped by enemies. So yeah, that's sub level 0. I think that's enough. That's a pretty good showing of what this game's all about. So I'll see you next time. Bye.